My father was a huge Senna fan, and I think, well, he used to follow all or most of the races. And I think the first memory is the race in Brazil where Ayrton won for the first time. He had a problem with the gearbox, and he was literally destroyed after the race. He could hardly lift the trophy on the podium. Just bits of that. Those are my first memories. And then obviously later on starting to go karting. Michael was my hero throughout my childhood. Yeah, it was 92 and in Hockenheim, but only free practice. It was pouring with rain, and cars didn't want to come out because it was too wet. But eventually they came out for just a check, and yeah, just to hear them roaring down the forest at the old Hockenheim track. I think, you know, to feel the vibrations in the ground, that was something that's, yeah, that will stay with me forever.
You know, watch the races growing up. As a kid, I was always a big fan. I was a big Ferrari fan, Michael Schumacher fan. You know, he was the guy I looked up to when I grew up watching the races. And I remember going to a few of the races in Montreal when I was younger, and watching the cars going into turn one. I would sit in that grandstand every year. I watched the cars come into turn one, turn two, which was, yeah, it was just unbelievable. The speeds that they were arriving at, the braking points were so late, and just, you know, thinking to myself at the time how incredible that was.
Well, Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsport. So as a child, obviously, it's, you know, what I was looking up to. My hero, Michael, was racing in Formula One. He was winning in Formula One. And, you know, as kids in Germany, there was a certain boom when he started to be successful and became world champion for the first time. And there were a lot of kids, and we were racing on the go-kart tracks and tried to be like him. So obviously you imagine yourself as a child one day in Formula One, but also, you know that it's so far away, and you don't, it's a dream, but you know, dreams are what happens at night and not what happens during the daytime. So, but yeah, you know, I obviously fell in love with the sensation of driving, and yeah, was competitive from the start, wanted to be faster than the other kids. And that's how it all started. But yeah, I think there was always the dream of Formula One, which obviously at some stage became reality, which yeah, was very difficult to grasp, and now many years in, it's still something very special. But obviously let's say you get used to it more than you know, the first time you experience the car. But still, the challenge remains the same. It's the peak of the sport, and where you can race the best drivers in the world.
Growing up, it's always been a dream of mine to be in Formula One. You know, something that I you know, strive towards from a very young age. But realistically, I think it was around the age of 16, 17 years old when I was in Formula 3, and you know, winning races, and won the championship when I was 17, and that was kind of the time where I started to see it as a possibility, you know, not just a kind of a dream. It was, you know, starting to come to reality. It's the love of the sport. It's the element of competition, the adrenaline, and the passion, you know, the passion for cars and racing, and yeah, Formula One. It's competitive. It's so just crazy, you know. It's a crazy sport. It's a crazy lifestyle, and I think that is something that I couldn't live without, because it's, you know, it's something that I wake up every morning and look forward to. It's that itch to get in the car, drive the fastest cars in the world, compete against the best drivers in the world, and that's awesome.
Well, it's a new beginning. It's the start of a new chapter, I think, for myself, but also for the team. So I think there's a lot that we share, and yeah, I think both sides were very, very ambitious. I think it's very ambitious project. I think it's clear where we want to go, but at the same time, I think we're only at the beginning. So it definitely is very special to be part of it right from the start. And yeah, looking forward to the challenge. I think we all look forward to get the season started and yeah, to get these beautiful green cars on the track for the first time.
I think Aston Martin is such a bright future for this team. It's a name that is so well known across the globe, and there's so much history behind the name in motorsport. You know, as a car manufacturer, it's, you know, a sexy, cool, you know, car manufacturer. You know, you think of James Bond, you think of Aston Martin. It's just such a great name with so much history, and to be a part of it and to have them on the car this year, I think is really great. And you know, I think it really does attract so much opportunity to this team, and sponsorship, and you know, so many things. So it's really a great, I think, great beginning with Aston Martin, and really looking forward to the season.
I am Sebastian Vettel.
I am Lance Stroll, and I am F1.
And I am F1.
Hi everybody, I'm Daphne from Singapore.
Hi Aston Martin, my name is Alessandra. I'm 18 years old from Sorrento in Italy.
Hi,
Sebastian and Lance.
My name is Tobias Mörs. I joined Aston Martin on the 1st of August as the CEO of the company. It was the right decision for me. It's a great team, it's a wonderful team with a lot of spirit and enthusiasm. Valkyrie is an incredible story. The importance of Valkyrie for Aston Martin as a brand is hard to describe. I drive Valkyrie now every month together with the engineering team, and the progress, what we achieved over the last 3 months, is really outstanding. And it is really easy to drive it on a track. The faster you get with that active aero and with the active suspension, which is applied to that car and engineered especially for that car, makes the car totally different than driving dynamics. The faster you get, the better the car is, the better feedback you get out of the car. And the engine, the power output speaks for itself. You can feel the car, you can feel what the front end and rear end is doing. And this is really important if you would like to have a track-capable car. It is so specific, in detail. It's very Formula One bespoke technology. That's really a different level of track-capable car.